These are old laminate countertops with tile edges and backsplash. They were outdated and we were hired to transform this kitchen into a far more updated space. We designed a chiseled stone live edge and used our resin system to make these countertops look like glacier stone. There's no need to throw out your old countertops. We can save you thousands and change the design right over the old surface to the look of your choice. Let's get started. Step one, we're gonna move the appliances, mask the floor and cabinets, and we're gonna maintain our mess and get professional results. We're also gonna remove this backsplash carefully so that we don't do any damage to the drywall. Over here.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Good. Now when you tap it, you don't want the angle going into the wall.
Right.
You want it going into that. Just like my father taught me, I love teaching my sons and helping them learn the tricks of the trade. By removing the old tile backsplash as well as the front tiles, we're going to prep this so that we can replace those with a totally new look.
More.
Good.
That's a lot easier.
All right, we've removed all the tiles. We'll vacuum up that tile dust and we're ready for the next step. It's time for cabinet prep. We use heavy-duty plastic to contain the mess. We don't want any drips or any primer getting on the face of the cabinets. We're also gonna degrease, we're gonna sand, we're gonna remove any grime from this old surface to create a great bond. We're also gonna use a sealant so that we don't get any of our resin back behind that countertop. On the appliance side of the countertops, we're going to router an eased edge to promote flow to get professional results. Next, it's time to create our live chiseled edge. This artistic edge adds major detail. It's one of our edge options and it's also one of my favorite. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna apply our bonding primer. This is gonna promote adhesion to create a lifelong bond between our resin and your old countertops, whether that's laminate, whether that's tile, solid surface, or anything we can bond. We'll let our primer dry overnight and we'll be ready for our next step. All right, it's time to sand. That bonding primer is all cured and we're just gonna remove any nibs and nubs to create a smooth surface. And now we're ready for my favorite part, the resin pour. We've masked the kitchen, primed the countertops, mixed the material, and now it's time to pour the resin. This is where the project really starts to take shape. In this color recipe, I like to do sediment layers. That's why I'm dragging my fingers, just like Mother Nature creates the sediment layers stacked on top of themselves. I'm also going to push the resin into the edges. I want a non-porous, easy to clean edge that's also smooth to the hands, but looks like chiseled stone. Our client hired us to do the pieces of countertop that were adjacent to the kitchen. This is an entryway piece. We were also hired to do a small desk in an alcove in the kitchen space. Now I'm going to torch the bubbles out, anything that was created by mixing. I also add some decorations and I make the design look natural. Anything that looks man-made, I go back and I touch that up. My son's mixing our next batch and we're ready for the next countertop. In this particular project, our customer opted for our Glacier Bay color recipe. You can see all of our different color options right on our website. Whether you're going for soapstone, travertine, dark granite, light granite, you can do marble. The looks and possibilities are virtually endless. We create countertops, vanities, desktops, tabletops, and more, and all of these designs will save you thousands. We mimic Mother Nature. You don't have to sacrifice design. This looks like high-end exotic stone. Because our color recipe is poured out on the countertops and handmade, no two pieces are alike. This isn't a rubber stamp. This is an art form on your counters. We call it functional art because you get to use this in your kitchen. It's durable, it's food safe, it's heat resistant and scratch resistant. However, it is actually art. It's often after this step I find my clients smiling, captivated by their countertops. Why? Because the design is deep. There is so much visual interest in these surfaces. As I'm finishing up, making sure the design is just perfect, it's time to remove the drips so that you don't have bumpy edges underneath. I'm going to make that nice and smooth. I'm going to return to our shop and it's time to fabricate the backsplash off-site. You see, you can't make backsplash vertical. You have to pour it flat and then install it vertical because this is liquid. It will use gravity and flow downhill. My son is creating a live natural edge on some of the backsplash that you'll see when you come in the entry. I'm routering an eased edge on the long kitchen runs that will tuck underneath the windowsill. And here's an art piece and the rest of the backsplash. You see, the art piece that we're creating is going to bring the kitchen and the living space into one uniform look. We had a great time creating this art piece, and I stood back and looked at the depth myself. I'm always in amazement no matter how many times I create these surfaces. All right, I'm sanding the drips off the backside of the backsplash, and I'm prepping it for install. I need to make sure everything's nice and smooth, uniform, and ready to be installed in the kitchen. It's time to pre-apply our top coat for a natural sheen. It also adds UV protection to this art piece. Here I'm teaching my youngest how to polish everything out like a pro. My sons love learning whether we're in the shop or on the job site. We're gonna bring this art piece back with us. I'm gonna sand these countertops and prep them on site to receive the top coat. You see, the top coat adds scratch resistance, heat resistance, UV resistance, and makes everything food safe. Here the backsplash goes on like a charm, and we're gonna seal every joint where the backsplash meets the countertop. I'm also gonna seal it where it meets the walls. I want a watertight seal all the way around the kitchen. Here I'm applying that same top coat. I'm gonna add it on thick, and then I'll back roll so I get a nice, tight, professional look. I'll be sure to apply our top coat to all the edges and the backsplash.
What are you doing, guys? Why are you climbing in our trailer?
Oh, look out.
Oh, the geese are over there fighting the dogs.
All right, guys.
Wipe all that up.
All right.
I'm gonna push this pad out. I think it's got a little bit of salt.
What are you doing, Bubba?
I'm getting out the water out of the sink.
Is that so the job looks really good when we're done?
Yep.
Okay. What are you gonna do here?
Getting these rings out of the butcher block here.
This butcher block was already installed when we got here, but we wanted to make it shine. We knew how to fix the ring marks in the surface. We added a new mineral oil that was also food safe over this, and now it was time to hang the art piece. I can't believe how this came out. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
You see the little heart right there?
Yeah.
It is a heart.
Yeah.
We love helping with design. You see the cabinet color, the stainless steel, the black sink, the flooring, the paint on the walls. Everything matters in design. And we really enjoyed helping our client find her dream countertops. She loved the live edge look. That's why we did this chiseled edge. She really liked the height of the backsplash that covered that old tile. The entryway was the cherry on top.
Okay, I'm not very good at this, but I have to say something about this entire experience. From start to finish, this was beyond exceptional. Mike and his son worked together seamlessly. They are careful of existing floors and appliances. Everything came out absolutely perfect. They show up on time, and they are delightful to work with. Mike is nothing short of an amazing artist. He came up with some wonderful ideas, and I love every one of them. My finished countertops are beyond my expectations, and I highly, highly, highly recommend this 5-star service to anyone who's looking to redo their countertops.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Nice.
I'm gonna get some more of your art piece here. I think this is my favorite. Bubba, what do you think?
I think it turned out pretty good. I think it did.
And he has
1 out
the
of
best kids I've ever met in my entire life. The best kids.
1 out of 10 star rating. 10 out of 10 stars.
Whoa, that's hard to get, buddy.